Pharmaceuticals giant Pfizer has announced that its anti-coronavirus vaccine, developed in partnership with German company BioNTech, is 90% effective. The two companies are the first to show successful data from a large-scale trial of such a vaccine. Pfizer and BioNTech say they've found no serious safety concerns and expect to seek authorization for emergency use in the United States this month. So let's explore this with Tobias Kurt, who's an epidemiologist at Berlin's Charité Hospital. Welcome to DW. How significant do you feel this news is?
Well, I think this is a significant step, and we know that several companies are working on vaccines, and we were hoping to hear this news soon. And so today we heard the news. However, we have to understand this is an interim analysis, so this is not the end of the trial that is currently still ongoing, and it's a press release. So we have not seen the data in detail, but we are very positive that this data holds true and that a lot of people who are vaccinated are protected from getting corona.
So are you able to see from the details that have been released so far, have you been able to see what it is 90% effective at doing and for how long?
As far as I understand, there were 2 vaccinations necessary, and after these 2 vaccinations, a certain number of people still get sick, so 90% doesn't mean that everyone is protected. But from the people who are participating in the trial, 90% did not get COVID after 2 vaccinations. But again, this is an interim analysis and more data are coming in.
Right. These results, as you say, these are results from trials. So what now has to happen successfully before any vaccine can be rolled out?
Well, we need to wait until the closure of the trial. We also need to follow very carefully the safety information, which you already mentioned. So far, there do not seem to be concerns about safety. And then we have to see when the vaccine is rolled out that we follow people who have been vaccinated to really see whether any issues occur. And we also have to understand that when the drug is released to the market, that not suddenly the problem is solved, because people need to get vaccinated, and not everyone will have the vaccination in the first days or weeks or potentially even months.
Now, this vaccine uses a new technology called messenger RNA technology. I wonder if you could explain that to us in simple terms.
Yes, so what you take, you do not take the virus or an antigen, you take messenger RNA from the antigen of the virus and inject that to the body, and the immune system cells are taking this messenger RNA inside of the cell and then producing the antigen on the surface of the cell, and by that attacking the virus. So this is a very neat way of a vaccine. Important also is that there are very different ways of vaccines currently produced. So if this is not working for everyone, then maybe the other ones are working for those in which this vaccine is not working.
Vaccines often take upwards of 10 years to be developed, yet here we are not even a year into this pandemic. What corners will have been cut? What will not have been done that usually gets done to get a vaccine this far, this fast?
Yes, COVID-19 is new, but the coronavirus isn't. So this is not like we're developing a drug with absolutely no information before. So there have been some work before, and that was the reason why the companies are able now so fast to actually find a potential solution to produce a vaccine. So what we have to follow is really to see what's happening on the population level. Is it really as effective as in the trials, and are the side effects or not?
So are there concerns about potential adverse long-term reactions to the anti-COVID drugs being developed just because this development process has been so contracted?
I think that everyone's working very carefully, and specifically we are concerned about safety, and so this information is really collected very carefully. We also know from other vaccines that there are no major side effects, and the long-term consequences obviously we know in a couple of years, but taking together all the information from other vaccines, I do not expect any major consequences. In particular now what we know from the trial, short-term side effects are not expected.
So given what we've heard, and I appreciate you say it was a press release, is this a vaccine you would take?
I would take this vaccine if offered to me. Again, I would like to see the data before, but this data will be released, I'm sure. And the officials in the United States, as well as in Europe, are very carefully looking at this data before it's actually released to the public. So many people are looking at this very carefully, and no one has an interest that something is released which will cause side effects or any issues. We hope to solve the issue of COVID, to solve the issue of the pandemic, and hopefully that we are slowly getting back to a life that maybe not where we used to live, but certainly without a fear of a massive pandemic wave.
Good talking to you. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Tobias Kurt from Berlin's Charité Hospital.
Thank you for having me.